The magazine has been very famous for its covers lately. I think a lot of people will be excited to see all 5 covers.
Right.
Walk me through a few of them. I guess, do we have them sort of in order as far as importance, or?
Well, we did decide that we were going to make people mad and actually rank these 85 ideas that we've chosen as the most disruptive ideas of the last 85 years since we first began publishing in 1929. So they are ranked 85 to 1. I don't know if the covers that we're going to show are going to be introduced in order, but
let's show the first one. We see the pill here.
Right. So oral contraception, the birth control pill, obviously gives women the reproductive freedom, but it also gave women economic freedom. And what we found was interesting when studies have been done about this is that the pill really is the single biggest factor that allows women to delay marriage, delay having children, pursue education and careers, and ultimately move into senior positions in the workforce. And that's a major story of the last half century. It's really transformed American business and American society.
Now, I see you've got, I guess, all the other 85 things on the list sort of around the margins there. Air Jordan will be somewhere on the list. Michael Jordan, obviously one of the most important athletes ever, and his shoe, I guess it's not, is it because of his shoe? No.
Well, I think the shoe is part of the building of the Jordan brand, obviously. It's indispensable to that. But it's really interesting. 1985, Nike introduces the Air Jordan. Nike is not a huge company at that point, mostly known for running shoes, running apparel. And with the Air Jordan, it just is this phenomenon that transforms the entire footwear industry. It makes Nike really the dominant global brand in sports. And what's amazing is that 30 years after it was introduced, Michael Jordan has not played in the NBA in more than a decade. It's still the best-selling basketball shoe.
And everybody around the world still knows him. I just bought a pair of Jordans like 3 weeks ago. It makes me happy to even look at a picture of the original Jordans. It doesn't make me so happy to look at a picture of an AK-47.
Well,
and that's what you've chosen for one of the covers there.
Well, this is as we say in the introduction to this issue, we chose disruptive ideas, but we chose disruptive without endorsement. The AK-47, unquestionably, a huge force in the world over the last 85 years. It's really the thing that brings asymmetrical warfare to the forefront, the idea of small groups of militants and guerrillas facing off against national armies. There are 100 million AK-47s in the world today. That's 1 for every 60 people. It's really the major weapon of war of the last century.
All right, and just quickly, number 2 is, what is that, a PC, a Mac? It's a Mac,
That
right?
is a Mac. That is actually the Apple II, which is the first computer to sell 1 million
Castle
units.
Wolfenstein.
That's right.
Was playable on that. And I'm not going to tell anyone what number, we won't share number 1. They'll have to go to their newsstand to find out, or they can go online, I guess.
They can go online. I'll just say that if you made holiday travel plans, this innovation, without it, your travel plans will be a lot more complicated. That's all I'll say.
All right. Romesh, thanks so much for joining us. Romesh Ratnesar, Deputy Editor of Bloomberg Businessweek. I prefer, by the way, the paper magazine. So be sure to pick up the newest edition of Bloomberg Businessweek, especially if you're going to travel somewhere. You can bring it along and read it on the plane. Online today, but on newsstands tomorrow.